Turning the storyline. Behind you are shards of broken truths. Will they pierce you to release the truth you carry within, or will they push you to the edge of what you can process and yet remain functional? You have a choice in the matter of your own personhood. At this moment, when stillness has settled, do you sense arising within you a stirring of something gaining momentum to be voiced? The time approaches for you to state unequivocally what you have carried, polished, strengthened, and straightened as your part of a grand and global awakening truth. The human spirit is not to be pinned like a butterfly to a board. Find your footing and be ready to plant your truth into the earth turned and ready. Do you feel like you've been hit from behind with more than you can deal with? The truth has been bombarding you with what you might call a multi-pronged approach. Not all of what's currently happening is easy to take in. There's only so much you can process. In fact, there's more coming. Let the truth sink in. It will not destroy you. You may have to let go of some defining points in your life. You will likely feel less pinned to the wall as you do. It may be an effort to relax, but this is what you are realizing you have to resign yourself to. Otherwise, the sticky points of what may or may not be real are going to dig deeper into your very being. You don't want that. You want freedom, or at the very least, enslavement on your own terms. At least then you can give it the heave-ho and free yourself from the sharp spines of a beast not interested in your sovereignty. Yet this beast is invisible. If you can become more aware of what's been happening behind your back, you can start to gain focus on its nature and pull yourself free from its malevolent effects. Ideology can have a surreptitious character, impaling you upon the spike of a thing that later reveals itself to be utter nonsense in light of the full and manifest nature of the human spirit. You'll have to decide what is real and what is not in the reality you find yourself in. It may not be comfortable to wake up to certain facts, but it might be necessary if you are to free yourself from what is, after all, someone else's way of thinking. As you realize the need to know, the stirrings of something new and as yet unformed may begin to rise within your awareness. Are you going to try to fit this new thing into the old framework? It likely won't fit. Thus, you find yourself standing in virgin territory, a space of mind open to expansion and redistribution of all the modes of understanding you have available to you. You haven't lost yourself within this new space. On the contrary, you may find that you have a better grasp of who you truly are at the core of your being. While this new awareness is swirling within, meanwhile, what arrives from outside of yourself in the form of news, information, or revelations might be a potential source of cognitive dissonance. Someone might just show up with something so new, so unbelievable, that you scarcely can bring your wits to bear. You'll wrap your head around it eventually, though. Everything will begin to make sense. New ideas emerge and creative sparks fly as you move from the solid to the fluid. Reality itself seems to be melting into something altogether unrecognizable. Will it carry within it some structure you can believe in? Forcing it now into something that can potentially make sense might not do what you intend. After all, you have a dearth of information at your disposal. Raw data lacking interim points of logical meaning will take on a more reasonable form as you move with the flow of core sensibility. Don't allow fear to color the sky now. Keep your outlook clear. When it comes to truth-telling within a general climate of fear, however, finding a clear space itself can be a challenge. Nevertheless, certain points of contention need to be clarified, gathered into a semblance of order, and carried to some kind of logical conclusion. It's no one's logic that wins the day, though. Only your own presence, fearless, bold, upright, will anchor otherwise unsteady circumstances. While to some it may appear that all is lost, take on the challenge and rise. The call to courage soon echoes far and wide. Do you have the temerity to stand firm, thoughts fully polished and sharpened? Is the courage you carry enough to push you into the role that's being presented to you, to be the bearer of news neither good nor bad, just raw and unmistakably real? You know it is. You're about to step into the role that you always knew would be available for you. Never mind that the scenery looks overcast with a heaviness rising from a world bereft of hope. It's only the presence of shadows that make it appear that way. A blanket of ancient woe may seem to be blocking the sun, but within and upon you is the metal itself, the material of light, shining and sure. You have the moment now in your hand. The days to come will stir you to turn what had been used against the human spirit into a grounded, unmistakable statement of fact. The mind of man is not meant to be used against him. Do your thing and demonstrate the true power of a divinely attuned human being, activated. This week's contemplation from the pages of Opalescence. More of your reluctance to be forthcoming with what you judge to be crazy notions of science fiction stems from your past history of seeing bringers of new knowledge punished or cast out of society. Now, however, more of society is on the outside, and there is a growing hunger for the truth unedited. Don't hide your nugget of information. You are a vital part of the human organism that is just waking up on a grand scale. Be confident. Your voice counts. Thank you for listening. If you like this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up with all the new videos that come out. I thank you all for your kind support, and if you are interested in helping this channel along, please visit ko-fi.com/divine9, where you can buy a coffee or subscribe for monthly support. Everything's greatly appreciated and helps extend the mission of the League of Light. Please visit me at ninespath.com and explore all of the books and videos and writings and drawings that the League of Light has transmitted through me, and be ready to change your world. Until next time, have a great week.